Hi guys, welcome back to Ibby's Bookshelf. I'm Ibby, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing The Hunger Games. It's a thrilling book by Suzanne. She is a really good author, and The Hunger Games is part of a trilogy. Now, I'm going to be reviewing it, but at the end, I will be asking a very complicated question. Do I like this book? But let's get started. In The Hunger Games, the main character is Katniss Everdeen with her little sister Prim and her mother. Her father died in a mine explosion. He was a coal miner in District 12 in the country of Pan Am. Pan Am is a country, and this country is divided into 12 districts. Well, it was 13 before the Great Rebellion. All the districts rose up against the capital, the biggest city in Pan Am, and the capital destroyed District 13. Ever since, the districts have been making sure to stay on their best behavior, especially with the capital around. In the book, Katniss really doesn't like the capital. Why should she? The capital made her father a coal miner, destroyed him, made her mother, her and Prim starving, as well as everyone else in District 12. You can't get much money out of being a coal miner, so Katniss has to go into the forest and hunt for food by herself. Her father used to do it with her when she was 11. They would crawl under the electric fence. Well, can you really call it an electric fence if it's never really being electrified? Is that how you say it? Electrified? Well, it's never on, but it does have barbed wires and it's very sharp. But there are some weak spots. Katniss and her father used to go to the weak spots and escape into the forest. They would hunt down their own food like rabbits, squirrels, turkeys, and all sorts of stuff to make sure they have enough money and enough food to provide for their families. Katniss has to do that by herself now. Well, she did have to do it by herself before she met a boy named Gale. Gale became her best friend. He also escaped into the forest and hunted down animals and berries for his family. They began to work together and grudgingly became friends. Now, Katniss is 16. Every year there is a game. It's meant to be a celebration to mark the rebellion and how capital have the power over all of the districts. Two people from each district, which is 24 people, are thrust into a big arena and are forced to kill each other to the death. It is horrible. It's called The Hunger Games. Ring a bell? It's the name of the book. Katniss has been entered into the reaping ball 24 times, I believe. Prim is only in there once. Katniss is in there 24 times because since she is starving, you put your name into the reaping ball a bit more to get more food. Every year, your name goes in one more. And when you turn 18, you have to go into the coal mines. Until then, you're in the reaping. When you turn 12. Prim has turned 12 and now her name has been put in the reaping ball once. And guess what happens when they are about to choose the girl from District 12? Prim's name comes up. That's 1 in a million names. Katniss puts herself forward in Prim's place and her partner will be Peter. They are both from District 12. Peter, when they were younger, when Katniss was starving, she went to the bakery and she used to look at the baked goods. But the woman from the bakery was a mean old witch and she'd never let Katniss near there. But one day, Peter risked himself getting a beating to be able to give Katniss some bread. Yes, it was burnt, but it was still food, and Katniss was forever grateful for that food. She was able to give it to her family and feed them that day. She didn't have to go starving. It was always that bread that stuck in her mind whenever she saw Peter again after that. he always made her uncomfortable because it's always that first debt that is the hardest to repay. Now, that's just a bit of background information about Katniss and Peter. In the Hunger Games, though, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on. I'm not going to explain the entire thing, but I will tell you some of my favourite parts. In the Hunger Games, Katniss makes a friend called Rue. They work together, but then Rue gets stuck in a net and a boy from District 1 shot her with a spear right in the stomach. Rue was about to die, and there was nothing Katniss could do about it. Katniss had to sing Rue to her death, because it was Rue's final wish. Rue loved music above everything. Rue liked to sing to the birds, and the birds liked to sing to her in return, just like her father did, just like Katniss does. So Katniss sang to Rue to her very death, and then she decorated Rue in flowers, weaved her hair in beautiful bright colours. She didn't look like a small little person anymore. She looked like a goddess from the heaven. I found that part so moving, so upsetting and sad, but it was uplifting at the same time. Katniss was obviously deeply wounded, not physically but emotionally, because Rue reminded her so much of Prim, her little sister, and well, there's not much else that needs to be said at that part. Another one of my favourite parts in the story is when they announce a new rule in the Hunger Games. If two people are from the same district, they can work together and both of them would be crowned the winners. So Katniss went to find Peter, but then when they eliminate all their opponents, the rules then change. What they wanted the entire time was a showdown between Katniss and Peter, the two starstruck lovers from District 12. Peter and Katniss had to make out that they liked each other. No, not like, loved each other to get sponsors. In the game, if you have sponsors, the sponsors will give you money, and with that money, you can buy medicine, food, and all sorts of stuff. So they had to do that to get sponsors, but the audience wanted a showdown between Katniss and Peter. Audience, you're asking? Well, I forgot to mention the Hunger Games, what it really is, other than a way to eliminate and strike fear into districts' hearts. It's also a TV show for people of the capital. There are cameras set all over the arena, and the audience loved Katniss and Peter. They wanted the final showdown between them two. But Katniss didn't want to kill Peter because, well, she really does kind of like him, though not love. She isn't ready for a relationship because she knows that if she ever has kids, well, being a winner doesn't protect your kids from the arena. She doesn't want to have fun, have love, if it means someone else will just be thrust into an arena, especially if it's her own. She doesn't want a relationship at all. But the audience do. They want them to fight. They want to see real emotion. But Katniss doesn't want to kill Peter. So she takes these poisonous berries, puts one in Peter's hand and one in her own. They held them out, and just as they were about to eat them and kill both of them, they announced, no, wait, you can both be winners, because there has to be a winner in the Hunger Games. They have already got all the prizes. They have already invested so much into the Hunger Games and everything. There has to be a winner. But if both of them can't be winners, Katniss decided, then no one will be. And, well, that part was like, wow. I literally felt like screaming at that part. Susan Colley illustrates that picture so good in the stories. At the beginning, Some people do say it's boring and they can't even be bothered to get to page 18. But I find it such a thriller. It's great. And the reason I'm recommending this now is because it's Halloween. Well, it's not Halloween yet, but this is the month of Halloween. It's such a page turner and a thriller. It's not spooky, not scary, but it's got real emotion and, well, there aren't any words to describe the story. Well, that's the end of my video now. I hope you really like it and that you will also try read it. But I've got a Halloween challenge for you this Halloween. Try read a spooky or thrilling book this month. It doesn't have to be Halloween related, just anything spooky or scary. And tell what it is in the comment section below. If you've already read any books that are spooky, also put them in the comment section below so I can read them and so my other viewers can also see what they are. Okay, well that's it. Bye.